something that you shouldn't do, even towards men. And I said, you know what? You're right. And so I try my best to keep that in mind and ensure that I am not using that word. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I do slip up sometimes and still say it, but I try really hard to make sure that I don't. That's the truth. So while talking to this guy, I made fun of his voice. And I also made fun of him saying that it sounded like he had like a McChicken stuck in his throat. And from that point, you know, he and I went back and forth. I made fun. I said that we were going to fundraise for a neti pot and Vicks Vapor Rubs and all the stuff, right? Anywho, that was live. We got off. After that, I ended up debating when my live started to get spammed by a couple of different people who thought that it was okay to come in my live and to spam, take accountability for what you did, which I had no idea what they were talking about, right? None. And the reason being is because they didn't reach out to me. They didn't reach out to my mods. They didn't reach out to anyone. They just decided to start spamming in my chat and saying, take accountability for what you did. Now I want to pause there for half a second, because these people then got in touch with my mod. And from that point, had a conversation and told my head mod, well, what were we supposed to do? Were we supposed to just reach out to Santana? Yes. Quite literally, yes. Anyone that knows me knows that I, to my own detriment, check my inbox. And when I don't reply to my inbox, I send that to Kay. And I'm also someone that's not above correction. But instead of those people going that route, they thought the best thing to do would be for them to come in my live and spam my live and to break up the live and jump in the request and, you know, just cause issues. Now, I didn't handle that the best. I end up, you know, getting one person up, Grayson. Hi, Grayson. And Grayson came up, and from that point, Grayson didn't really know what was happening. And then I ended up saying, hey, if you don't know what's going on, why would you even request up? And so I'll bring this Hannah person up. I don't have time to play with you kids. So a couple of things that was interesting about that interaction is apparently Grayson, because I said, hey, how old are you? Because Grayson sounded young. Again, anyone that watches me know I don't normally inquire about an age because, like, I assume everyone is of age. But this person that came up sounded young. And I was like, oh, let me make sure for TikTok purposes I check this person's age. And they said they were 18. And I was like, all right, cool. Now, apparently something that I missed, this is on me, I missed this. Grayson said that they were pre-T, which I didn't know what that meant, and I didn't even hear it, but Grayson made sure to say that, and I missed it. And then after kicking Grayson off the live, I said, I don't have time to play with you kids. Apparently, there was some pushback saying that I was being transphobic because I said Grayson was a kid. and I missed the pre-T thing. Now, to be clear, again, if you know me, you watch me, I would do anything and everything in my power to protect everyone within the queer community, including transgender people, because they are not only one of the most marginalized groups in the world, but the most targeted groups in the world. Period. And some of my closest people that I love the most are a part of the queer community. And so I would never be anyone that would in any way intentionally harm them or allow anyone else to harm them. I called you a kid because in my eyes, you were a kid. Not because of your voice, not because I was being transphobic. It's because literally I'm 20 years older than you. So there's that. So just to make sure everyone's clear and make sure that I go ahead and clear the air with that. That's what happened. Now, after the actual live, I ended up posting a video on my main page, still on my main page, 19 minutes long, right? I posted a 19-minute video on my main page where I opened up a vein. I talked about, not only did I apologize directly to Grayson, but any other person within the disabled community that I negatively impacted by the things that I said, because again, I was told that I was being ableist by mimicking the voice of the person that I was originally talking to on the other creators live. And to be clear, I was. I take responsibility for that. I did not know at the time that I was being ableist, but after I was told about that, the closest people to me educated me and let me know, like, hey, that is a form of ableist, being ableist. Mocking someone's voice opens up the door to ableism. I had no clue. That was not my intentions. And so I said, I'm sorry. That's the truth. And from that point, that's when I made the video, 19 minutes long, and I genuinely apologize. I was also told, again, I was being fat phobic. And I took that one kind of personal because I share something that's super personal to me. The fact that at one point I was almost 500 pounds. And I've dealt with my weight fluctuating in my entire life. As an adult, I've been almost 500 pounds. And as an adult, I've been down to like 210 pounds. Right? So again, I would never intentionally be fat phobic, but intent only matters to the person doing the thing, not the person that it happens to. So I get it. So that's why I shared my story in that video, and I had a genuine apology. And then from that point, I went back to Discord and I directly reached out to Grayson and I apologized to Grayson. But I didn't know, because I was getting this feedback about like, hey, Santana, you were being ableist. You were being fat phobic. You were being harmful. You need to say that you're sorry. And I was like, yeah, I can see that. I do need to say that I'm sorry. I do need to apologize. I do need to be accountable. And not only be accountable, but open up and share. And that's why I took an entire day to craft the video that I made and post it and put an actual genuine effort into addressing everyone. Also, Discord, I can see you right now. Hi, Santana discussion. I'm glad you guys are watching, especially you, White Monster. You're super interesting. Anyway, I'll get back to that. I'll get back to you guys in a second because I do have screenshots. You guys keep posting. I got screenshots. Anyway, like I was saying, after I posted that video, because I was told that I was actually being someone that was, being harmful. Come to find out, I was being manipulated. I was literally being manipulated by a Discord group. It's the Discord group that I'm talking to right now. They don't, well, I got them up on my screen. I can see them. I want to show you guys something really quick. Look at this. Let's get this up. Let's see here. This. All right. So if you guys can see it, it may be a little bit hard to see at the moment. But if you look up at the top here, this is my Discord, right? This is my Discord. Let me open this up to see how this looks here. This is my Discord at the top. And my Discord, if you search my name in my Discord, my name is mentioned 686 times in my Discord. This other Discord, my name is mentioned over 1,000 times. Over 1,000 times. These people talk about me more in this other Discord than my Discord talks about me. Oh, they're crashing out in the Discord now. They made multiple Discord channels about me. And the interesting thing about the Discord channel that they made about me is that other people would come into the Discord channel and say, hey, what is this about? And not only would they spin a narrative and play clips of videos instead of the entire videos, but they would bully people into anyone that pushed back and was like, hey, that doesn't sound right, or I don't see that from Santana, or whatever the case may be. They would swarm and attack the person and ridicule the person until the person would just say, you know what, I guess you're right. Anyway, that's just the toxic culture of certain Discords. It's weird. Certain people are weird. Anywho. Getting back to where I was. So, as I was saying, come to find out, when I sent that message to Grayson, and I told Grayson, I said, hey, I'm genuinely sorry, and I hope you saw my video, and I wanted to reach out to you directly. Grayson took that message that I sent directly to them on Discord and took it to the Discord chat. And the Discord chat created a message to send back to me. They all worked together because they made a decision that they didn't like me. Apparently, they've been waiting for me to slip up again since the Harry and Chris situation, and they wanted an opportunity, and this is the opportunity that they got. And they not only, went through the whole thing of like doing that. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, you can't see that. Dagnammit. Oh, well. They went through the... Hannah, I'm not reading your message. That's too long of a message for me to read while I'm talking. I'll read it after I finish my live. Anywho, they went through the process of talking about how I need to get on my knees and beg. I need to host a live and beg on my knees. Beg for forgiveness. On a live on my knees. I don't know about anybody else, but as a black man who grew up in the South, to have anyone tell me that I needed to beg for forgiveness on my knees, you got me fucked up. They continue to perpetuate the premise that I needed to come to them and I needed to talk to them and I needed to learn from them, especially Hannah. Hannah's a 19-year-old person that works with people with disabilities. And Hannah said that she wanted to educate me, which she's in other servers as well, saying that she wants to educate other people. The one thing that I'll say about that is I can always use more education. Hell, I mess up all the time. I do. I fucked up recently while I was debating Matt, right? So I was debating Matt and I got stuck on a part and I started stuttering a little bit. And Matt, you know, the right-wing person, not Matt, the librarian, he's awesome, but this other guy, Matt, the right-wing guy, and I started stuttering and he made fun of me. He's like, oh, don't start stuttering, after telling me that I have a 6th grade reading level, that I am perpetuating black violence, after saying that I am showing why 1530 is real, while saying that I am embodying King Von. He said all of those things. And then I got to a point where later we were still debating and I got him to trip up and he started stuttering. And I was like, oh, don't stutter now. And that was me being ableist. I didn't think about it in the moment. I was trying to get back at someone who had got a shot in at me during a debate earlier. And I can definitely understand how that's harmful. And I'm sorry that I did that. And again, the people closest to me called me out directly and said, hey, you fucked up on that. And I said, you know what? I did fuck up on that. Can't do that. Cannot do that. So, Hannah, for as much as you would like to think that you can dictate to me and force me into a conversation, you can't. You cannot. I literally have people, not only people that are close to me, people that are in my community, not only people within my community with disabilities, but people within my community that work with people with disabilities, people in my community that have been educated in this field for multiple years. And they're people that I trust. Not some random person in a Discord that's making themselves way more important than they are. So there's that. Anywho, the reason why I thought it was important to call this out, right? One, because yes, I do need to take accountability for the way that I perpetuated ableism. Again, I am not above criticism, and I am not above saying that I'm sorry, because I am. Especially to the people that I genuinely hurt. And I spoke to multiple people that I affected. And I took their feedback, and I'm incorporating that feedback to try to be better every day. I can't be perfect, but I can try to be better every day. But with that being said, none of those people are part of this toxic discord that for some reason has, for the last month, made me their personality. And I'm not interested in that anymore. See, you cross the line when you are no longer targeting me and you start targeting the people that I care about. You cross the line when you start targeting people in my community. Like Effie, that's her name, right? F-F-F-Y, Effie. Effie is someone who's a mod in other spaces and also a mod in that Discord, and Effie doesn't like me. Effie's the one that opened up the actual channels and kept the conversation going about me. There's Effie, there's JJ, there's White Monster, there's Tommy. Hey, Tommy. They're the people that have continued to perpetuate and keep the actual hate train going. Literally, they called it a Santana hate train. They called it a Santana hate club. They literally talked about multiple random days I wasn't even live, how much they hate Santana. Which is weird, because to hate someone that you don't personally know, I don't get that one. But I'm not going to tell you what to do. But they literally made hating me their entire personality on a daily basis. So much so that multiple times a day, I would get 4, 5, 6 Discord pings. I would get random Discord requests. I would get random DMs. My mods would get DMs. My creator friends would get donations saying that you need to call Santana out. You need to hold Santana accountable. You need to do something about Santana. Harassing my friends and harassing my mods and harassing my community members is not going to get you, is not going to get me to engage with you. It's just going to piss me off. Also, fun fact. I'm 38 years old. And yes, I know I've said that before. And I've seen you guys put that in your Discord. Oh, he always talks about how he's 38 years old. How mature. Yeah. Yeah, I'm 38 years old. And with that being said, while I respect every creator on this app that I'm friends with, there's not one creator on this app that can make me do anything. Not one. There's not one creator that can come to me and say, hey, you need to take down this video. and I'm just going to take it down. I'm grown. This is my channel. This is my community. And if you don't want to interact with me or my community, then you can leave our space. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to watch me. You don't have to engage or consume anything that I do. But there's no creator that you can go to in any Discord or send a donation to or spam a chat that's going to be able to make me do anything. Just so you know. So you can leave my friends alone. I've spoken with all of them. And I've told them the same thing. While I respect each and every one of my friends, there's nothing that they can do to make me do anything. Just so you know. Now, the biggest reason that I wanted to do this is because it's been a month. It's been a month. And the thing that bothers me the most is how it seems like certain people hold Black people more accountable than anyone else. For some reason, it seems like at times Black people are the only one that have accountability. I don't get that. Oh, one other thing that I want to call out. They said, this was like a month ago, they said in their Discord, right? They literally said to me, or not to me, but they said in the Discord, I know the guy was being racist, but Santana should not have said the stuff that he said, and he should not have mocked him. If you're not a Black person or someone that can experience racism, please don't tell me how I should respond to racism. If you're not someone that can experience racism, don't tell me how I need to respond to racism. You may think that me insulting people or calling names is not an appropriate response to racism. But what I say to you is, unless you can walk a mile in my shoes, take a seat. Period. So I don't need you lecturing me on how I should have responded. Also, one like really interesting thing about like that whole situation, right? One really interesting thing about that entire situation, that entire that entire discourse that happened between myself and the person that I ended up like going back and forth with, right? His name was Silly Goose, right? You know what's like super interesting about that? After he and I had that entire exchange, this happened. He came back up on my live and we ended up debating again. But this happened.
Okay, Silly Goose, you gotta stop. No lie. Hold on. You gotta stop. I could talk to you for way longer, but you and I have been talking for too long.
Yeah. Listen. Okay, thank you for bringing me up. Greatly appreciate it. Great discussion.
Hey, before you go, I'm sorry. Sorry about our last interaction. I know it wasn't like the best, and I didn't show the best of myself. I tend to be a little bit overzealous when I get on other panels, and the exchange that we had last time wasn't the best. But I appreciate you coming back. I appreciate you coming up here. And
I am too. You know, I can get radicalized myself. I apologize. Like, I think we had a very great discussion, you know, and we'll have different views, but it's good to be able to come together and talk about it in a dignified and honorable way. And I appreciate how you talked, you know, like it was vastly different. You know, I didn't get the term like racist, homophobic, you know, cult, this or that are shallow arguments. And it was more in a depth discussion that I greatly appreciate.
Well, you know, my wife kind of put me in check after I had that last conversation, and so you know she is my North Star, and let me know that I can't do that. So, but no, I appreciate you coming up and actually having a conversation, especially because it's been a lot less conversations lately.
Yeah. God bless you. Take care. Bye.
Have a good one. All right.
So the person that you know, I had the entire exchange with, right? Because the Discord chat was saying, oh, the guy had a disability because he was in Iraq. He didn't. There was nothing that was going on with his voice because he was a veteran. He said that he had lost an arm, but there was nothing wrong with his voice because he was a veteran. But even more than that, I had the ability to have a conversation with him and to personally tell him I was sorry and to actually engage him as an adult. So that's what happened. With that being said, this has been going on for a month and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of you bothering the people in my community. I'm sick of you DMing the people in my community, my friends. I'm sick of the entitlement. I don't have to speak to you. I don't. And I refuse. So you can keep spamming that Discord chat every single day. And you can keep saying, you just need to come and talk to us. I don't. And I won't. Just so you know. Not gonna happen. You know, I'll be honest. I have 149 screenshots. Anyone that knows me, like I'm obsessively prepared. I don't say stuff that I can't prove. Like I literally, I'm not like, I don't say stuff that I can't prove. And I keep all the receipts. It's funny. I was having a conversation with Kay and, you know, she asked a question. I was like, hey, I still have text messages from May of 2020. I don't delete stuff. And I'm super organized. I have 149 screenshots. from this Discord that thought that they had the chance to put this black man in his place. And now they're even more mad that they couldn't. Because let's be real, that's what it was about. It went from being about accountability to, one, some of them openly admitted, I never liked him. I never liked him. Literally saying it. I never liked him. To others who participated in multiple forms of microaggression because they didn't like the platform that I had, and they felt like I was too full of myself. They didn't like the fact that I run my mouth and there's nothing that they can do about it. They also didn't like the fact that I didn't just hop on live and let them join so they can tell me about myself. Which is another thing. While I do believe that as creators, it's our responsibility to be accountable to our communities, I think it's our responsibility to put out accurate information. I think it's our responsibility to be open and honest and transparent. And I try to make sure that I do that in every single thing that I do. But what I won't do is host a live where there's a parade of people that get to come up and tell me how I should be. Other creators might do that, but that's not me. The people in my community absolutely know how to get in contact with me and absolutely know how to hold me accountable. The people that aren't in my community that just want their pound of flesh can't get blood from a turnip. You can't. So maybe you should try holding someone else accountable, but maybe you should just try to hold yourself accountable and be a better person. Also, maybe you should get off the internet and go touch grass. I know that saying is like wildly overused at this point, but like if you're raging in someone's Discord every single day for hours on hours on hours, that's not healthy. That's literally not healthy. When you're making a one-time interaction your entire personality, that's not healthy. When you don't see someone for days, but you're still talking about them, and you don't know them in real life, that's not healthy. So maybe get out of the Discord, get offline, and get outside every once in a while. The last thing that I'm going to say about this is, It literally did not have to go this way. It literally did not have to go this way. If you only know me for doing debates, then you don't know what I'm about. You've never seen Brunch with My Creator. You've never seen Late Nights with Santana. You've never heard our conversations about intersectionality. You've never heard our conversations about how the Trump administration is affecting the queer community, affecting people with disabilities. You've never heard our conversation around colorism. You've never heard our conversations around gun reform. You've never heard any other conversations. You've never stopped to watch Brunch with My Creator so you can actually humanize creators. And so they're not just the little people that's on your screen and you think that you can actually control them because you support them. While I appreciate everyone's support, and I'm sure that every other creator does, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take liberty and I'm going to speak for every creator. I'm going to do it. While we appreciate your support, there's no way that we could do this without you. But with that being said, we are actual people. We're not some magic person that just shows up on your phone or your tablet or your TV just for your entertainment. We're actual people. And the way that you engage with us, a lot of us take it offline. So maybe instead of you trying to gaslight or manipulate people into doing what you want them to do, you just go work on being a better person yourself. Now, with that being said, Grayson, JJ, White Monster, Effie, who else? Let me make sure that Hannah, especially Hannah. Holy smokes. Hannah is the one that had like the all out grudge. Hannah posts like paragraphs in books multiple times screaming about how I'm actively being ableist. Multiple times. Effie wondered how they got blocked and they weren't following or they didn't watch it live. It's because I saw you open up multiple Discord chats about me. And why would I need you in my space if you have like negative intentions towards me? That doesn't make sense. Also, since I got your attention, and this is just for anybody. Hey, if you don't like a creator, get out of their Discord. If you don't like a creator, get out of their Discord. Why are you talking shit about a creator in their own Discord? That's weird. You're weird. Not you holding them accountable, because that's not what you're doing. You're literally bashing them in their Discord. If you don't like the creator, leave the Discord. Why would you continue to engage with someone in someone's space that you don't like? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't like grapefruit. I wouldn't drink grapefruit juice. I wouldn't eat grapefruit candy. I wouldn't buy grapefruit scented candles because I don't like grapefruit. Why would I be around grapefruit if I don't like grapefruit? If you don't like the creator, get out of their space and get out of their Discord. And for the people that make the weird comment, I haven't watched this creator and I don't know how long, but yet you're still in their Discord every day. That's weird. You're weird. So yeah. Also, let's see here. What else? Is there anything else I want to address? I think that's it. Honestly, I think that's it. I mean, the point of this is just to let you know, like, I see you. I see you. I've seen all of your messages. And you still don't get to speak to me. Because what you are doing is not trying to actually engage in any type of good faith. You just wanted a pound of flesh, and you're not getting it from me. You're just not. But I see quite a few people that I engage with on a daily basis. A daily basis. And if you think that I messed up any way, shape, or form, please feel free to check me. You know how to reach me. You know how to communicate with me. Again, I am not above accountability. I am not above apologizing, and I am not above being better. I don't care that you want your voice cropped out of the video. It's my video. No. You came up on my platform. You can keep saying that all you want. You can keep complaining about it. I'm not taking the video down, and I'm not cropping your voice out. Also, no, hold on. We don't have to do that. I got it. It's okay. It's okay. Let's do that. There's no need. We don't have to mute that person. Just so you understand, I am not taking down the video, and I'm not cropping your voice out. It is my video. I spent hours working on that video. You came up on my platform. I'm not changing the video. Maybe you should think twice before you engage in public spaces. Whether it's joining a panel or whether it's talking in a Discord that's a public Discord. This is not a private text conversation. This was not someone calling you on the phone. You came up on a TikTok live in front of over 1,000 people, and now you want some type of privacy. Doesn't work that way, bud. And again, if you were genuine from the start, when I sent you a direct message, if you really wanted me to do that, instead of taking my message back to the Discord group chat and having them help you come up with a way to stick it to me and to actually mess with me, if you would have genuinely said, hey, can you please just remove my part from that video? I would have done that. Also, I saw the whole comment about taking legal action. You want to take legal action to get the video taken down. You want to take legal action and get the video taken down. Okay. May the odds forever be in your favor. Athena, the 19-minute video that I made when I apologized about engaging in ableism that I didn't know about, and then just the entire, it's the whole video. It's the one I said, it's like 19 minutes long. It's on my page. For as tough as you've been for this entire month in the Discord, for as much trash that you've talked for the entire month in the Discord, why would I? Like, seriously, again, for anyone that knows me, people know that I hate Discord. I hate Discord. I hate being in Discord servers. I don't talk to many people on Discord. I don't talk to many people in text message. And if I actually engage with you directly on Discord, and you didn't take the opportunity to engage with me in earnest, that one's on you. So, yeah. I honestly think that's it. Again, I have 149 screenshots, and I literally put them into like a whole presentation type thing, and I was prepared to share it all. I don't even think it's worth it. It's not worth it. This is the last time I'm going to give any of this any type of oxygen. And this is the last time for me to say, leave the people in my community alone. Leave my friends alone. Stop spamming in my chat. Stop sending me DMs. Stop sending my mods DMs. Grow up. I'm done. This all could have been handled in a different way. But now we're here. So, don't be performative. That's the whole point of all this. Don't be performative. Actually do something. That's why that's the important thing that I want to make sure I call out really quick. Hey, shit's on fire right now. Literally, the shit's on fire. And maybe instead of actually attacking the people that align with your thoughts or your principles, maybe we should be finding ways to work together to put the fire out. The performative left would much rather go after people on the left instead of going after people on the right who hold power. That's why the video that I posted, that's why it had Kamala Harris. It had those people screaming at Kamala Harris, and she doesn't have any power. They're protesting Kamala Harris, and she doesn't have any power. And she finally snapped and said, you go talk to Trump at the White House. He's the one with the power. And that's a microcosm of what black people deal with. You continue to try to hold black people to some unreasonable standard, and I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of it. I don't know what it is that you think you want from us. But maybe you should check yourself first before you start trying to check black people. I'm over it. And like I said in the video, I might lose some followers because of this live, but I damn sure am not going to lose my soul. I'm tired of tiptoeing around it. I'm tired of trying to appease performative left people. Hell, performative white left liberals. Performative white liberals. I'm actually sick and fucking tired of trying to appease performative white liberals. Not white people, not the white people on the left who are actually doing the things to try to protect and help and uplift marginalized communities. But the ones that are wearing the fucking blue bracelets. The ones that for some reason think that they can actually dictate what is or is not racist, or I'm sorry, how black people should respond to racism. You don't get to tell us how we deal with these things. I'm unapologetically black, and I will continue to be that. And I'll be honest about this. You better thank your lucky stars that there's one white lady that's been protecting you, because I would have been crashed out. Because I said, you might want to get off this Discord and you might want to get offline, because at the end of the day, I am a black man first and I'm a content creator second. And just because you see me on your screen does not mean that you know me. You don't know what I'm about. You don't know my history, and you don't know what I'm like in real life. I do everything in my power to try to foster a safe and friendly community for everyone, when there's literally people that don't like each other just because they don't like each other. And I try to bring every single person together. And that's a fucking hard line to straddle. Embracing being a black man while at the same time understanding that we need you performative white liberals. Yes, we need you. And it's my responsibility to bridge the gap between you performative white liberals and everyone else. So I'll keep doing that because it's my responsibility. But please, please, please don't get it twisted. You don't know me. That being said, I'm done. Let's end the conversation. I'm going to call it a night. There will be no debates tonight. And we'll see what the fallout is. I don't know what's going to happen once I end this live, but we'll see. Regardless, I'll still be here. Maybe with a few less followers, maybe with a few less people in the live, maybe with a few less engagements or whatever the case may be, but I'll still be here. So, anyway. That's it. I'm calling it. Is there anyone live? Is there anyone we can raid? Let's go raid someone.